You know what? I think Cool Boy Nation must be proud right now because they're not going to any other spoiler cast and getting the range of facial hair conversations and fucking lethal weapon talk and their fucking Avengers Infinity War spoiler casts.
You guys are going to the wrong spoiler cast.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've been right for so long, we were like right with all of our information so long ago. So you should really be listening to us if you aren't listening to us.
Idiots.
Idiots, you fucking idiots. Listen to me, you son of a bitch.
Live from Cool Boys Central. Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
So cool. So cool.
I see good boys.
Felk, am I watching what I think I'm watching in the background?
No.
Not gay porn again.
No, it just looks like it's not a bootleg version of the Avengers Infinity War film. That's all. It looks like it's not one of those things.
Not at all. Where would I get such a thing?
What's the video quality on that? Like camcorder?
Oh, you can't tell? It looks fucking perfect.
It actually does look really good.
It's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Okay.
It's like it's half the frame.
Am I seeing subtitles pop up sometimes?
Yeah, that's the catch, is that the guy actually has to frame up because there's Swedish subtitles.
Oh, Swedish. Oh.
Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to a special installment of the Cool Boys podcast.
So special.
I'm Falcon Felk. That's the worst one.
I'm Black Panther Ballard.
I love how you guys both got black guys, and I got a chick. I am Nebula Noli. Oh, yeah.
Nebula, super important in the Infinity Gauntlet comic storyline. But is she important in the Infinity War movie? Tune in to find out right now.
Spoilers.
This episode, we will be discussing the 19th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the fabulous boners it has given us.
Okay.
So we will forego our Cool Boy updates, which have not been on the
we
show
don't do
for quite a long time, and get right into Avengers Infinity War, a XXX gay parody.
Yes.
Ready? Let's go. It's time for
Spoilers. Spoiler. Da, 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 da. What? No, that's
the Star Trek theme. That's
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Michael
All right.
Giacchino Star Trek theme. Where are you?
All right, guys.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
It's
dun-dun-dun.
finally happened. We have Avengers 3. I want to get right into this. I want to get right into it so quick and deep that I want to just go dry thrusting. But we
I
can't.
just want
We
to come
can't.
right now.
We need a tease.
I want to come right now.
I prepared by watching Homecoming and Ragnarok, and those are the two that I thought, well, and Black Panther obviously are the two that are going to influence it the most. Black Panther isn't out yet, so sold theaters.
And I prepared by watching The Avengers and Age of Ultron because I just wanted to see how the trilogy worked as a trilogy.
I prepared by watching Avengers Age of Ultron.
That's the only one you watched?
Yeah. That's the only one I wasn't familiar with in a long time. I was like, I've seen Avengers so many times. I know what happens. Age of Ultron I haven't seen in like 2 or 3 years. So I was like, I need to watch that one.
So guys, let's just quickly, as we always do, and we always do quickly, our Cool Boy ratings of the past films in the Avengers franchise. Now, we are not going to mention every single movie in Avengers has been
hell no.
in a
Hell
movie,
no.
because that would be every 19 film of the Avengers. But we will be mentioning just the last 2 Avengers films, The Avengers and Age of Ultron. So guys, what are your Cool Boy ratings of the Avengers?
Avengers, the first one, may or may not be a 5 out of 5 for me. I have not seen it in quite some time. It's a 4.5 or 5. I think it's still a 5 because they pulled it off.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Well, then I'd probably give it the highest rating. I am a solid 5 out of 5 for the Avengers. It's my favorite comic book movie. As I've said before, comic book film I think is The Dark Knight but comic book movie for me, favorite, is the Avengers. It's a real comic book on film. That's the way it feels to me, the way it meshes styles and tones. I have never seen a comic book so well adapted on film like I had seen the Avengers up until 2012, and they actually tied in what was it, 3 or 4 different franchises? 4 different franchises: Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk.
Is that what they did?
That was pretty amazing. I just rewatched it right before going to see Avengers: Infinity War, and it definitely still feels like you're watching a TV movie in some respects. The costume design is horrible, and it's not just bad for Captain America like everyone remembers. It's also really bad for Thor. It's really bad for Black Widow. It's really bad for Hawkeye. Iron Man's the only one that actually gets a good costume.
It's definitely it borderlines a gay porn parody is what it does for the costume department.
What is gay? It means I suck other guys' dicks.
But yeah, it's still a great comic book film, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw it, I think, 3 times in theaters, 2 times.
And then, of course, I also saw, right before watching Avengers Infinity War, I saw Avengers Age of Ultron. And those are the only 2 Marvel films I prepped myself on. Because I wanted to kind of see how Infinity War played as a trilogy film.
That's the wrong way. You're not supposed to.
It is the wrong way, and I've seen every single Marvel Cinematic Universe film multiple times. This was my experiment, Felk. Now, but Age of Ultron, I give that 4 out of 5. I feel like it is a 4 out of 5, mostly because I love the characters, and I love the episodic feel of it. Now, especially looking back on it, I don't think it's truly a 4 out of 5 film separated on its own solo. It is like 2 out of 5 or something like that.
It's not. No, not.
I'm giving it 2 out of 5.
I'll give it a 3.5.
I felt it was inconsequential. It felt like wheel spinning because they introduced Thanos, and it's just like, here's an Avengers, but we can't do the real good Avengers we built up to last time that you want to see. This is just the whole movie's a letdown.
Exactly. Yeah, you tease Thanos at the end, and you don't get him in the next one, but I still enjoyed the ride.
I like Ultron. I like the villain of Ultron.
I like Spader's performance a lot, but that character feels such like a placeholder character of Ultron. I mean, and even the title is wrong. It's not an Age of Ultron. That movie takes place over like a fucking week.
Okay, so title,
maybe that.
I look at that title as it's referencing that if Ultron completed his plan, it would have been an Age of Ultron.
Anyway, say what you want about that movie, but that intro, that first 10 minutes is so comic booky and so hot.
But it doesn't make any sense.
But it's also really CGI.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense narratively. The world was at stake in kind of Captain America: Winter Soldier, or at least a lot of lives in New York. The world was at stake in Thor: The Dark World.
Winter Soldier was Washington D.C.
The world did not. The Avengers did not unite. It was up to a solo hero in each of those movies. But Hydra might be hiding some weapons in a facility. Oh shit, we got to get all the Avengers together. It's like, what exactly is the level of like scale of when we need the Avengers? It doesn't make sense.
All right, I see what you're saying. I still thought it was like very comic booky and fun, like them coming in like on motorcycles, throwing shields, like other guys catching it and hitting it, like, like just teaming up. I like the team up. I like when guys team up.
It also made me roll my eyes a lot too in theaters, just because I did like Man of Steel, and that whole movie felt like a reaction to Man of Steel. With we had to save each individual person and be seen saving them.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, let's face it. The Superman of the DC FU could save more people during the third act of Man of Steel. Could have saved more people during Batman v Superman. I think that's possible. But at the same time, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, it seems like the whole concept of that in the film Age of Ultron is just in direct response to fans' outlash to Man of Steel.
It felt petty. The first rule of comedy: don't punch down. I think that's true of superhero franchises as well.
What I'll say, for a purpose of it being a sequel and a trilogy, even though really it doesn't work that way.
No,
I think it's kind of a mess of a movie that feels insubstantial. And the only major things happens is they introduce Quicksilver and then they kill Quicksilver. And also the ending is such a fucking, like, I think people groaned in the theater where Cap says Avengers, and they show like all the B-listers. It's like, that's a shitty list. Those are our new Avengers.
It was a shitty roster.
And we never see, and the only time we see those Avengers doing any work is in the opening of Civil War. Like, they never do anything in an Avengers movie.
Unfortunately, in the opening of Civil War, though, you don't see Vision in that battle and you don't see War Machine in that battle.
They were busy.
They were busy. Yeah, the heavy hitters were busy during the fight. That is what is interesting. We can get into later about Avengers: Infinity Wars. In some ways, how they took out the heavy hitters.
I'm gonna forcibly insert #MeToo another movie into this before we move on. Civil War to me feels as much as an Avengers movie as the other two Avengers movies.
Well, guys, let's get into why we're all here. Avengers: Infinity War. Right off the bat, let's get our cool boy ratings.
Hold on. I think before we do that, we need to let the audience know that we've all seen this film over the weekend. It's now Tuesday we're recording. We have not spoken a word to each other about what we witnessed.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
So imagine if you went and saw this movie with your 3 best friends or whatever, and you can't talk about it.
Yeah, that was really
That's what
fun.
we're doing right
days.
now. No one said anything to each other right now. So we're gonna hear our first reactions, whether we agree, whether we disagree, whether we jack off together, whether we moan and groan together, whether we fucking punch each other in the dicks. We'll find out.
And Nolan, that's very true for most of the ways we watch most of our movies. So most of the time when you listen back to us, like Star Wars: Last Jedi, that's our first understanding of our reactions. We didn't realize that Felk hated it so much and that you loved it so much, until we actually start talking about it.
That's exactly true.
So let's get into our ratings for this film. I give it 5 out of 5. And I saw it twice in theaters, once in IMAX and once not in IMAX.
Wow.
I've seen it twice in theaters as well. I saw it once at ArcLight's equivalent to IMAX, which isn't as good, and once in non-IMAX.
The Cinerama Dome, or whatever it was called?
No, that's their equivalent to bullshit. They do 70 millimeter presentations, but it doesn't get IMAX certification.
For God's sakes, just give me the damn number!
Oh, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5.
Wow.
I thought it was pretty much perfect for what it needed to be.
Wow.
Absolutely
It's
agree with you.
fucking Last Jedi all over again.
Hated it.
Really?
What? You hated it?
I didn't like it.
Really?
Really?
I fucking loved it. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
Okay, now for me, I want to just say real quickly
Acting.
my 5 out of 5. I understand that when I look at films as a solo movie, this one requires so many movies.
This cannot
to
be
be able
considered
to
as a
follow
full
it.
movie, yeah.
It doesn't work on its own very well, but it is so good.
It is the best comic booky movie I've ever seen.
It is. It is so much more comic booky than the Avengers was.
Yeah.
Opening scene in the movie, Thor ship Asgard, whatever it's called, and the Sanctuary 2 is attacking it. As soon as Thanos dragged Thor across the ground, my jaw dropped. When Hulk busted out, my jaw dropped even further. I was probably the most retarded looking person in that theater with a gaping mouth. I mean, you could have tossed popcorn in there. Bugs could have been flying in and out.
Dicks,
Maybe for
cocks,
10 minutes.
assholes.
Cocks could have been going in and out. For 10 minutes, my mouth was agape because I was fucking blown away at what I was seeing. They came out real hard with this fucking
Yeah, so
prologue.
I got 3 huge erections in this film, and the first one came in 5 minutes when Loki says, "And we have a Hulk," and Hulk came flying out and started smacking Thanos, and I was like, "Oh shit, we're getting into this right now."
Getting right into it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then showing Thanos just fucking bitching him around, I was like, "Oh man, this guy's not to be trifled with."
2 references to the Avengers right there, right? We have a Hulk is what Iron Man says to Loki at the end of the Avengers.
Correct.
And then Hulk fucking slams Loki back and forth into the ground. That's also references to Thor Ragnarok. But that's great that Thanos fucking then takes Hulk and fucking just slams him into the ground.
He just does it
Yeah,
once, but it
that
does
was
seem
brutal.
like an inversion of that, yeah.
It does. Like, it sets up the stakes that, like, look, how this fucking monster took out a god from Asgard, or technically a frost giant from Jotunheim. And now look how this Titan
Yeah.
took out this fucking monster from Earth.
I thought the opening scene threw us right into the shit, but also like just like jump started the whole film, being like, these are the stakes. This is what's happening. This guy's like
Yep.
after this shit. Here's the bad guys. Thor's already fucked up. Loki's gonna fucking die right now, and we're just getting into it.
And Thanos has the Power Stone already, which leads us to our first of many things we guessed right. We guessed, I would say, the order of the stones, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Play that audio back right now.
Roll the tape, Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh my God, Infinity War is about to come out, and I'm so super excited. What do you guys think the Infinity Gem order is going to be in this movie?
He's definitely taking the one from the Nova Corps first.
Yes, the purple one for sure. That's first.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And then what? What do you guys think? Maybe then Space Stone, the blue one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely taking it from Loki next.
Totally. It's that. It's got to be that. And I'm just thinking, like, in general, like, if I'm going purple, blue, red's next. Reality Gem.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And then I think after a Reality Gem, it has to be, I want to say Soul Stone. I feel like they're going to have to give us the Soul Stone by then.
Time Stone, Soul Stone, Time Stone, Soul. It's the Soul Stone. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the
Totally the
Soul
Soul Stone. And I have an inkling that maybe it's on Vormir.
We never heard that name in these movies before. That's just
It's
right.
not
No, but it's a
Heimdall?
random
It's not
planet in
Heimdall?
the comics.
I could have sworn you said it was Heimdall.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I definitely.
No.
recall.
I think if I said Heimdall ever, I really meant Vormir.
I could have sworn someone said Wakanda. Too.
Oh, so the H in Thanos meant Vormir, or maybe it meant Gamora.
Or does the H stand for hallowed sacrifice? Or hereafter, perhaps?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then it's definitely the Mind Stone, right? The green one. That's definitely next after that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah.
then-
he'll get it from Doctor Strange for sure.
I totally think so, yeah. Because, I mean, it has to be Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto before it's Vision. Because if he takes it from the Vision, he's killing the Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the last death. Yeah.
Yellowstone is last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just guessed everything right. I couldn't believe we guessed it all right originally, like many episodes ago.
Like at least 10 or 15 ago, like 2 years ago.
Dude, yeah, at least when like Iron Man 3 was coming out. Well, guys, I also think we probably got a lot of things right when it came to, who survived. I mean, like a lot of people were going to die. I think we said like 50% of the people were going to die, but we pretty much guessed all the survivors correct. Play that audio back now, Johnny.
Johnny.
Guys, who's a certain survivor no matter what? Like, they walk out of this movie into Avengers 4.
Definitely Iron Man.
Yeah.
Definitely
Iron Man for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America, definitely.
Thor. Gotta be Thor, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thor, yes, Thor.
It's gotta be Black Widow.
Yeah.
Black Widow,
It's gotta be Hulk.
Yeah.
definitely Hulk, yes, for sure,
And,
Hulk.
and then I'm gonna go probably Nebula and Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nebula and Rocket, they're so important. They're such important characters. There's no question they're not going to kill them.
No way.
Oh my God, we totally guessed everyone who survived the film.
Yeah.
That's even crazier to think that we even knew all the people that were going to die.
Are you legitimately hoping to fool people?
Yeah, what just happened?
One thing that was interesting, the Russo brothers said, or one of the Russo brothers, maybe just Joe or some shit. Let me see, who was it? Was it Joe or Anthony?
Oh, it does not matter. They're
Joe.
one person.
Joe said that that some people did survive on that Asgardian ship that were able to get away in the escape pods.
Yeah, how?
Valkyrie is one of those confirmed. So it did make sense that they needed to confirm that, I guess, because it was weird to have characters like Valkyrie and Korg like just completely missing in the Asgardian ship. And I looked for them in the background dead.
Yeah, I don't know if it really makes sense narratively that you would eject your best warrior, but I mean, maybe she had like something else going on. She couldn't be a part of it.
Maybe she has to watch over the 50%. Like maybe she's just was sent to protect that half.
I think Thor 4 will start with this attack.
The next Thor?
I think the next Thor will start with this attack that happened. We'll see like the prelim to like what just happened.
You don't think Avengers 4 is going to show us the alternate
You know what, you're
storylines?
right. Yeah, Thor 4 will come so far down the road it will not deal with this. Never mind.
It's not even
Yeah, I
announced.
think Avengers 4 is going to show us the other aspects of like this scene. I think it's going to show us what happened to Hawkeye. I think if Hawkeye's family was, some of them disappeared, like 50% of them disappeared, I think it would give him reason to become the Ronin character that he does in the comics. But those, and Ant-Man, it would be interesting to see what happens there when it comes to that 50%. I bet it's that trio of fucking T.I. and, Michael Pena, like, whatever, and Dennis Dalchmain or whatever, like those guys in Ant-Man. I bet they're all three the ones that get wiped out.
Wait, what's
By the
happening?
snap.
Ant-Man takes place directly after Civil War and won't deal with that.
I think Ant-Man's going to take place
Ant-Man
in
the Wasp.
between.
Yeah.
Ant-Man the Wasp is going to take place like kind of in a quantum realm while all this Infinity War shit's going on, and they'll come out of the quantum realm and the world has changed. That's my
According
best
to
guess.
what I thought was an official Marvel release, I could be wrong, but it said it takes place immediately after Civil War and does not deal with the events of Infinity War at all.
See, that's weird when you release
But-
a movie like 6 months
But
after.
just be
what we
clear,
just
the
saw.
quantum realm time does not move the same in the quantum realm as it does in the real world. Therefore, what is minutes or hours in the quantum realm could be months,
Come on, Nolan.
years in the real world.
I'll give you a quantum realm right now. Shirts open, 3 buttons down.
It's very open. It's very nice.
Very nice.
Chest hair exposed.
Yeah.
So good.
You ever shave your chest completely?
I do not shave my chest. This is hairy all the way down, baby.
But have you ever shaved it completely shaved?
Yeah, I don't want a little boy chest.
No, so you haven't shaved it completely down.
I've done it in the past, but not in like the last 10 years.
No, yeah, I knew you've done it.
Is confirmed.
When you get like fucking 6 random nipple hairs, like you gotta shave your chest. You gotta keep that thing clean.
Yeah, nipple hairs are the ones you shave it for, really.
Yeah, nipple hair's no good.
The problem is finding the
I still-
balance.
Yeah,
I'm growing. By the
balance
way,
is
I'm
wrong.
growing in a Star-Lord beard.
Oh, fantastic!
Second
Can't wait to see
time.
it.
Chris Pratt has such good facial hair.
Really, I never took Chris Pratt as like the best facial hair guy, but you know he pulls it off.
Compared to the other ones?
Who's the
And-
other
and-
ones?
and all the other people with facial hair in the movie. I mean, I know, like Doctor
Oh, don't
Strange
even-
and Tony
don't even
Stark
get me
have
started
like.
on it. Don't even get me started on it right now. We'll come back to it later.
All right, we're gonna talk
Why?
about.
Wait. Why can't you get started on that
We're,
right now?
we're gonna
Don't
talk
get me
about
started on
facial
it.
hair in this movie. We're
I
gonna.
think
know.
someone should start Nolan on facial hair right now.
Oh, don't get me started on facial hair because you know why?
I think I know why. Because Denzel Washington gets me hard.
Because Denzel Washington makes me hard every morning.
Denzel Washington makes me hard every morning.
That's not related. Wait, what's happening? What is your thing on the facial hair in the movie?
I'm going a little bit further ahead
Okay.
because the second biggest erection I got this film was when the subway was going by and there was a figure in the background, and then fucking Chris Evans stepped forward with that glorious fucking beard. My dick fucking just shot into my own throat and out the back of my head.
You see the
I almost
trailer
killed
though. You
myself.
knew he had a beard.
I did, but it wasn't the impact of that moment with the team losing and then him showing up. I was just like, oh fuck yeah, Captain America's here. Oh fuck my dick. Oh shit.
I was trying to keep it. That is jumping ahead. I was trying to keep it beard specific because beards is not on this list unless it's been added recently.
You brought up facial hair.
I brought up facial
brought up
hair
Chris
because when I saw Guardians 2, I also tried to grow.
All right. Well, then
mustache.
I have a facial hair thing I have to say about
Oh
Captain
god.
America.
damn
Okay.
it. What
Is facial hair on the
hair?
agenda here today?
It is down below to the very end, final tidbits. But
Cap's
Captain
beard
America-
reshoots.
Captain America's beard. Did anybody else feel like his beard fluctuated, like from fake beard to real beard?
I bought it as
No,
real the
not
entire
really.
time. I'm gonna. There is one shot where his hair is very clearly a toupee.
See, for me with Captain America, there are a few moments where his mustache of his beard is blonde, but then in shots where like you can tell it's really Chris Evans' beard,
Yeah.
and those are wide shots usually where the mustache is blonde. In the close-ups where it's really Chris Evans' beard, his mustache of his beard is brunette because it's a real mustache from his real hair color. And I think the blonde mustache is coming from a fake beard.
Well, I need to see it that second time. so
I
can
didn't
confirm
notice
this.
any beard related problems. But his beard
It's
looks
a lot
fine.
in the third act. It's in the third act his beard starts to fluctuate.
See, okay, all right. Let's just talk about beard.
But I
fluctuating
wasn't
beards.
sure if that's lighting or not.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's all prosthetic on him.
No, he rocks a
Top head.
beard 99% of the time. He's not Captain America though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was just
He's-
one of those times where like, go ahead, rock your beard because the next movie you're not.
You die in the next movie.
Yeah,
Probably.
well, we can get in that later.
So just
Just honestly, this whole spoiler cast, we should just keep saying we'll get into that later, into certain things, and maybe just never touch upon them.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to worry. I just wanted to, okay, real fast, in terms of beards.
Yeah.
Evans has a great beard. He's had that beard as Chris Evans. Now he's had as Captain
I
America.
think real Evans' beard was great. I think fake Evans' beard, if that was a real thing, was not great.
I can't really tell shot
All
for
beards
shot
are
which
great.
one. In the first appearance where he comes by the subway, is that a fake beard or is that real beard?
Yeah,
thought that was real.
I was questioning even parts of those beards.
He can still grow his
he
beard.
looks so fucking good.
You know who I did not like facial hair in the movie? I didn't like Falcon's facial hair.
No, it
I,
was too.
I didn't even notice Falcon's facial hair. What
He
is
had like a
Falcon?
Fu Manchu that connected to sideburns.
It was a little
weird. It's like whatever that
overstyled.
is when it's just the chin is exposed.
I didn't even notice because he's the least of my concerns in an Avengers film.
Yeah,
Oh man, my eyes are all on
That's-
Falcon.
that's called
Yeah, I bet
Nolan. That's
they
called
are.
racism.
It's not racism. It's called characterism. His character sucks. I love Black Panther. Okay, not racist.
Is confirmed.
Fair enough. In terms of facial hair, though, Chris Evans it has the same facial hair as Chris Hemsworth. There's the joke about like, Thor saying like you copied my beard. They basically have the same beard.
Wait,
it's
which
uncropped.
characters don't have facial hair?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Spider-Man
doesn't.
Spider-Man, Vision.
Hulk is kind of grown in, I guess, a little bit. Actually, he has a
Hulk has a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
always.
He does.
That's it. I think it's Spider-Man and Vision.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Do all Marvel characters have facial hair?
How many characters are there?
Well, Captain America's not supposed to. He just has it.
Rhodey doesn't have facial hair, but
I don't remember.
Terrence Howard Rhodey, I think, did.
He did. He had a mustache.
He had a mustache. Yeah, that's right.
And Bucky Barnes had like a really deep, like 8 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, some people just have unkempt beards, but then like Doctor Strange, all right, and Tony both have like straight out of the comics, looks a little too styled in real life. If you saw a dude like just walking around with the Tony Stark beard, you kind of laugh at him. It's too much.
Yes, but if it was Robert, I would not laugh.
But if it's like with the richest man in the world who builds weapons, you'd be like, you're fine.
What about a doctor who does magic?
He's fine.
It looked like it was pencil drawn on.
Yeah, it looks fake.
Does Doctor Strange leave the house?
Yeah, he goes and gets sandwiches.
Yeah, he does. He's occasionally does surgeries from time to time, maybe. We don't know.
No.
Magic surgeries.
Yeah.
On cocks to make them magically engorged.
Yeah, he could do that.
Benedict Cumberbatch is the most stylized person in like the makeup department in these films.
Dude, facial hair cast.
We can move on from facial hair.
I literally had 3 sentences to say.
Guys, I love seriously that we spent maybe 10 minutes on facial hair
I
now.
had 3 sentences of facial hair to say. That's all. That was my entire facial hair rant.
I love it.
Started from my chest hair.
I think it's
I
amazing.
practiced at Walmart. No, I knew I was going to bring it up at some point. Your chest hair was just the natural segue.
Well, speaking of hair, I thought Thanos had some fucking incredible CGI. You could see the peach fuzz on his cheeks where he shaved. Like you could actually see where he shaved.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. And then he had the right amount of like arm hair. I was blown away by the way Thanos looked CGI.
We're in Thanos right now, so let's just talk about Thanos. Is he the
We're
best
in
Marvel
Thanos.
villain?
I'm deep inside Thanos right now.
I think he's the best Marvel villain they've ever done.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and that's coming off of Killmonger, who was just 2 months ago.
I didn't think Killmonger was even in the top 5, but whatever.
Killmonger and Loki for me
Killmonger's-
were definitely top 2, and Thanos just knocked him out of the water.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Thanos blew me away.
He was intimidating. He was smart. He was like menacing, and he was also like compassionate. Like, and he had the scene where Gamora dies. If I'm skipping ahead, which was like very, I was sad.
It was emotional.
Yeah, I felt him actually being upset. I was like, oh shit.
Josh Brolin killed it.
Yeah, he did. It was such a nuanced performance. Like he didn't like go over the top at all. It was like just like pretty much there.
Yeah, I think Josh Brolin should be nominated for an Academy Award.
No way.
Yeah, I think so. Like on levels of like Gollum, I had feelings of like Gollum of Two Towers. Like it was like that. Like I was like blown away by Thanos.
I was blown away, but I wouldn't say like best actor or like of the year. But.
Okay, so Heath Ledger won for the Joker.
Yeah, that's a
and that was because he died. I mean, that's the reason he got the award. He died. It was a sorry you're dead award. But he did get the best supporting actor Academy Award, and I think that one of the reasons he got it, other than he died, was when I was watching The Dark Knight in theaters and in IMAX. I wanted as much Joker as possible. Like anytime Joker was off camera, I was like, "Where's Joker? Can he get back on camera?"
Harvey may not know you well enough to understand when you're making fun of him, but I do.
No, I meant every word.
Where's Joker?
You know that day that you once told me about when
Where's Joker?
Gotham would no longer need Batman?
Where's Joker? Can he get back on camera?
You can't ask me to wait for that.
I want more Joker.
Harvey is that hero.
And I felt the same way with this movie with Thanos. Whenever Thanos was not on camera, when I was following, let's face it, Captain America's story, Vision, Scarlet Witch's storyline, and I should have been full on like, it's Captain America. I was like, where's Thanos? Can we get back to Thanos? Like, I really want to see what Thanos is up to right now. Like, I was fully entrenched in Thanos' story.
I didn't want more Thanos, but I liked that what we got of Thanos was good. I did not want more Thanos.
I could use more Thanos.
I could add more Thanos too. I thought he was amazing. The CGI was like top notch. It was like Snoke.
It was uncanny. It was literally for the first time.
perfect.
It was uncanny. because it was just like I am seeing a real giant purple fucking Titan walking around right now.
Yeah, I guess I was unaware of how big he actually is.
I mean, guys, I don't want to be jumping ahead or anything right now, but like when he was standing in Wakanda in the jungle and the Avengers like saw him and like Captain America had to like go face off with him and shit, like he's just standing in that wide shot.
Chris Evans.
He was so fucking like menacing and huge and just like larger than life. And I don't mean like Bill Murray and an elephant.
Bill Murray.
How much is your salad bar?
$4.95.
No, I mean the entire salad bar. To go, please.
Larger than life.
Like, I mean, just like truly larger than life and like a god. And I was just like, I was like, everyone's dead. Everyone's about to die who touches him. Like I honestly worried anybody that was in a scene with Thanos, I thought they were likely to die. I thought Thor could have died in the beginning. I thought Loki was for sure dead. I thought Heimdall was for sure dead. I thought Hulk could die.
I thought they were intentionally making it so that he was kind of like using non-lethal techniques when he could have just killed people. Like
he was compassionate.
Yeah, when he uses the reality stone to like chop Drax into like a bunch of cubes and make
straight out of the comics, by the way. Except it was arrows.
Yeah, but I thought like, oh god, are they dead? And then 5 seconds later, they're okay. And at the end, when everybody's going at him, he's just kind of swatting them away. He's being non-lethal. He doesn't seem like he wants to kill people outside of his 50% snap.
That's his end game.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, Phil. He doesn't kill anybody unless he absolutely needs to. Loki tries to kill him and says undying, and Thanos is like, you should have picked your words more, more.
Yeah, that was because he was too much of a threat.
Right, and so he kills Loki. He kills Heimdall because Heimdall literally just sent Hulk off to Earth as a harbinger of Thanos. So, which is like Silver Surfer actually from the comics.
Yeah.
But that whole thing, other than those two people, he let everyone else. Well, I guess they killed all the Asgardians, but
no, only half of them.
The next person he kills is Gamora, and the next person he kills after that is you're right, only half of them is Vision.
Yeah, the only inconsistency is the dwarfs. That he occasionally killed all of them. But we'll get to that later, Peter Dinklage. Balanced. But he killed all the dwarfs, but that was off screen.
I guess since we're talking about Thanos killing people, we might as well get into something else too about that. When Thanos stabbed Tony Stark, did you guys think Tony was dead?
I thought he was dying.
Yeah, I mean, and when he didn't, I felt like, well done, Marvel, because you didn't cheat, but you really made me think he was going to die. And he still probably is going to die in the next one.
It was Thanos' speech before then was one of the best speeches they've done in a movie. Like, when I'm done, I hope they remember you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking kill him right here.
I hope they remember you.
Thanos had great quotes. Like, not just like great, like I can text somebody this and it's funny. Like, really good writing, good quotes.
Dread it, run from it.
That's the opening.
Yeah, that one's
amazing.
amazing.
Was in the trailer, and that was the first line he says.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
He was just good, man. Every time he was on screen, like, yeah, he was like the Joker. I wanted to see him more. Every time he came on screen, I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
When Thanos punches Captain America the second time, or maybe it's the first time. I know the first time he altercates with him, he just throws Captain to the side. But the second time he altercates with him, and Captain catches the glove, and then Thanos just punches him. Did you think he broke maybe Captain America's neck right then with that punch and killed him?
No.
I
knew something was
That's
up.
what happens in the comics.
Oh, really?
That is so. That second, at that moment, I was like, oh, they may have just killed Cap.
No, I didn't think that.
I don't think Cap's dying anytime soon.
Yeah, no. Back to Tony Stark. They set him up like, oh, I want to settle down. I want to get married. So when they came to him, I was like, oh, they might be killing him right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Set up something.
Yes.
Captain kind of just came in, and I was like, he hasn't had enough screen time or a story arc in this film. They're not going to kill him here. It doesn't make sense.
See, so you were watching this, like watching it like it was a Game of Thrones episode. Like, who are we paying attention to? Because they're probably gone by the end of the
probably.
episode.
Like, Cap was just kind of moving through this picture as not like the central character. So it was
Interesting.
like, they can't kill him in this. It wouldn't make sense.
No.
Well, if he had more screen time, yeah, it would make more sense. And if they set it up for that, but you're right, they did set Tony up to die, especially with the whole like, let's get married and have a boy Morgan Stark, which is like Tony's cousin in the comics or some shit.
And he says goodbye to Pepper on the spaceship, and that was.
And he
like,
also says he's like, Spider-Man, what are you doing here? This is a one-way ticket.
Yeah,
I'm retiring tomorrow.
2 days to retirement.
he loses basically everything because like that was really heartbreaking. He loses like he says goodbye to Pepper, and he's like he knows that he's on that fucking ship and that he's not coming back to Earth, which I still don't think he is.
How does he come back to Earth based on where we are in the film now? So let's just jump ahead. Tony's on fucking Titan with Nebula. They have a mining ship from fucking nowhere. That's it.
No, the Guardians of the Galaxy's landed their
the
ship.
Guardians of the Galaxy ship is on the planet. He's gonna fly that out.
Yeah.
Oh, Milano. The Milano's on the planet Park somewhere.
We don't know what happened to that ship. It's still there. The Milano.
Yeah, we never saw the Milano get destroyed. Anything you didn't see die, you have to assume is alive.
Yeah.
And anything you did not see destroyed, you have to assume is not destroyed. That is truly the way the movie set the stakes up for me, at least.
Yeah, Tony will. He may not come back to Earth though. He might go straight to wherever Thanos is
I think Tony is going to go with Nebula to go to Eitri and try to get a new Infinity Gauntlet is my best guess, considering that Thanos ruined the Infinity Gauntlet when he snapped his fingers.
Where's Eitri?
That's the dwarf. That's Peter Dinklage.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just thinking of the place, which is like Niven. DL.
Yeah, it's like Neville Dime or some
it's
shit like
very
that.
a lot of couple difficult to pronounce places in the movie.
But speaking of Eitri, that is the end game for Thor's storyline, right? Before he becomes Deus Ex Thor Machina at the end of the film, which was like Thor can do anything in the fucking world and save the day and just ride out the whole third act as the fucking best thing in the world.
Guys, we just got to it. My third and final boner is when at the end of the battle you think all hope's lost and Thor comes in with a lightning bolt and lands down there in the middle of the battle. That for me was a fucking huge raising dick. It felt like I was a child again being like, oh, Thor's here.
That was my favorite moment in the movie.
Yes. I'm clapping my dick off.
With teenage Groot and Rocket with him.
That didn't matter so much. It's just like, that was my favorite moment in the movie because at that point I was legitimately, I guess I was judging time wrong. I thought the movie was way closer to its ending and legitimately thought that Thor getting his hammer might be something that is answered in part 4 or part 2, depending on how you look at it. I did not know that would be that he would show up in Wakanda immediately with the axe and just immediately win because he immediately defeats everybody pretty much.
Everything he touches, he destroys.
I have one problem. I only have one nitpick when I was watching the movie. Thinking is like, so Val, you mentioned earlier, all the Avengers are staring down Thanos there in the jungle. Where was Thor for that 5 minutes?
Yes, I was pissed off watching the film the second time back, especially. I was like, why is Thor not helping at all? Captain America calls out, everyone rally on my position to protect Vision.
I think
Thor's just like flying around taking out Black Order, like fucking
is he just
like
taking
Outrider
out the whole
ships.
battlefield? Is that
Like,
what he's
I
doing
think he's
the
just
whole
taking
time?
out the whole battlefield still.
but he shouldn't have been. He's the biggest gun. He should have been protecting the most important thing. He should have been on the football. He literally should have been next to Vision.
Yeah, he comes out of nowhere and he delivers the kill shot, but like where
Late,
was he?
late.
Yeah, way late. Where was he
late.
for 5 minutes?
He should have delivered that kill shot before Thanos had the opportunity to use the time stone.
Only time watching the movie, I was just like, "Where's Thor right now? Everyone's dying. Like Thor, where are you?" The last shot was you like flying into a cloud of smoke, like killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, figured that's what he was still doing.
I guess.
Maybe he needs to recharge.
He does not need to recharge.
So you're saying Thor, like you can't come so fast. He has to take a little bit of a recharge. Like he came in, and he's like 5 seconds to like recharge and get that like ejaculate.
We don't know that he needed to recharge.
I kind of liked how with Thor that he does get the Stormbreaker because once again, I feel like we're closer and closer to finally getting Beta Ray Bill. We almost had him in Thor Ragnarok.
What the fuck
and
is that?
Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill's Mjolnir.
Who? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What name did you just say?
He says Beta Ray Bill. It's a character that deals with Thor occasionally.
He's like he will be the next Thor character when Thor franchise is over and Chris Hemsworth is like, I'm done. I'm bigger than this.
Stingray Bill?
Beta Ray Bill, which would be a CGI character that they'll just cast like a really cheap voice for, will be the next Thor for like the next trilogy.
Nolan does not know as much about comic books as I thought he did. This is interesting.
Bangaray Bill?
Yeah. Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray.
Beta Ray? I gotta Google this.
Bangarang
No,
Bill.
he's confusing you now. It's Beta Ray.
This is the gayest character I've ever seen. If they do this, I'm out.
He's a horse.
Dude, they've already done weirder shit than that.
Yeah, they did a rocket raccoon and a Groot tree.
Yeah.
I guess so. But it's just this goes against everything I stand for. A fucking dinosaur horseman in Thor's costume.
At least it's not a man bat.
It's not a man bat. Yeah, if you do a man bat, I'm out immediately before you even like roll the opening credits.
I would love to see you spend $22 to go see like the next Batman film in IMAX, and then it's like the very first scene is Man Bat attacking
I'm out.
Batman,
I walk
and watch you just walk up like 4 rows in front of me and just like, excuse me, and then just get out.
I would
I'm
have
out of
Man
here.
Bat as the opening sequence of if I had the power to make a Batman movie, I would be like, oh, he's fighting Man Bat at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Set stakes.
You guys love men. Only men lovers would want to see that.
Well, speaking of good shit, Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man's good in this movie.
I am Iron Man. Iron
He's
Man.
good.
He has a great storyline. Team Iron Man in this movie is fucking awesome. You start off with Iron Man with Pepper, as you were saying. It's like as clear as day as Lethal Weapon like storyline as possible with Iron Man. It's like, you know, fucking 2 days of retirement. Yeah. He's got his boat already lined up. He's gonna go sailing with his wife Pepper. You know, all that shit, or fiance.
He's got
And
his rookie Spider-Man. He's like, "Did you get protection?" Spider-Man's like, "What, condoms?" He's like, "No, bulletproof vest, idiot."
dude, totally, it's totally rookie cop Spider-Man. This is totally Lethal Weapon 3.
I'm going with you. No, how old are you? 22 today. 22. Come on. Are you got protection? Oh, right here in my wallet. You pocket? No, get protection, you dummy. Oh, all right. So we take him, Roger? Yeah. Okay, but keep your head down. Anything rash happens, keep your head down. Stay behind me. Okay? Come on, let's go.
Avengers Infinity War might be all the lethal weapons combined.
Iron Man is basically a Lethal Weapon. Iron Man 3 is basically a Lethal Weapon movie, so.
Yeah, it's Shane Black. You're right.
It is.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
a buddy cop movie by the end of that movie. So the influence is in there.
You know what? I think Cool Boy Nation must be proud right now because they're not going to any other spoiler cast and getting the range of facial hair conversations and fucking Lethal Weapon talk and their fucking Avengers Infinity War spoiler casts.
You guys are going to the wrong spoiler cast.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've been right for so long, we were like right with all of our information so long ago. So you should really be listening to us if you aren't listening to us.
Idiots.
Idiots, you fucking idiots. Listen to me, you son of a bitch.
Did you miss out on because it's I didn't even notice till the second time I saw it that after he says goodbye to Pepper Potts, Friday goes, I'm going too, you know. So she
yeah, I caught that the second time too.
I didn't notice it the first time because he never talks to her again. So I guess she's Wi-Fi based. She's like Alexa. Because
I don't know about Wi-Fi, but she's earthbound for sure.
Yeah, she's not like run off a processor in his head.
Like I'm sure she works in orbit, but once you get out of orbit, she's gone.
I like Friday. Oh, top of the morning to you, Iron Man.
Friday.
Sokovia's going for a ride.
I guess she's really Irish in real life. Oh,
Super
top of the
Irish.
morning to you, Iron Man.
Yes.
Oh, my shit.
I liked Iron Man's story, and it was crazy that he had to like immediately interact with like. I mean, like I felt like the film started you off with this whole like. You know, she moves. Oh,
She
baby,
bangs,
yeah,
she
she grooves.
Ricky
you know,
Martin?
whatever. Like I felt like how the movie started, but then
What's happening?
it goes to the Avengers Infinity War opening title, which is similar to the one from Age of Ultron and the first of the Avengers film.
Yeah.
And then you go to Tony running alongside the river, and it's like the only breath of fresh air in the whole movie before Tony gets taken, and he has to go deal with Doctor Strange, who saw a fucking Hulk, and then like Black Order shows up. Who is it? It's Ebony Maw and Cole Obsidian, and I felt like the Black Order in general was like shit. I thought it was like the weakest part of the whole.
Oh, really? I liked
Really?
it.
I liked him.
See, I liked Ebony Maw a lot, but Corvus Clave is the leader. He's the Leonardo. I didn't get that from the movie.
No,
Proxima
that's fine.
Midnight is practically just a tool to be used and killed. And Cole Obsidian, who's actually Black Dwarf in the comics, he's fucking nothing. Like I don't even recall
I
how
don't
he gets
know
out
all
of
their
New York.
names. I don't know all their names.
I
so
know.
it's
Well,
like,
Proxima
tell me
Midnight
All
was
right,
brought
so
up really
Ebony
heavy
Maw
'cause
is the one that like says all the scripture type shit, and he
What's
and
his
like
name?
takes Doctor Strange. Ebony Maw.
Oh, I liked him a lot.
he's the only
He
one
was
who gets
great.
a character.
Cole Obsidian is the Hulk one. Corvus Clave is the dude who's like chink chink like a Grim Reaper,
Oh, he
and
was
Broxham
scary.
at Midnight is the woman.
Yeah.
Okay. The woman and the scary guy I thought were okay, but the little tiny guy that
Ebony.
Doctor Strange was like the best.
He's the
and
best.
The other guy I just saw was like the muscle. I thought the whole group as a whole was very intimidating. Whenever they were on screen, I was like, oh, here we go. Shit's about to go down.
I had pretty big issues with Proxima Midnight being she was CGI honestly as bad as Steppenwolf. I thought that.
I liked her. I thought she looked good.
Her character's fine. That's Carrie Coon, by the way, from Gone Girl and The Leftovers.
She was not as bad as Steppenwolf.
No. I just mean her
She's
CGI.
not as bad as Steppenwolf.
Just her CGI.
She's definitely not.
Just her CGI.
She might have been the most notable CGI in the movie. I actually thought the Ebony Maw was like makeup.
Dude, Ebony Maw looked dead on real.
They could have just put makeup on Carrie Coon and they would have been fine. But that CGI
I don't know why
was
that
bad.
girl had to be CGI.
I think they just did it because here's the reason why I think they do okay. Marvel does a lot of CGI where they don't need to. So, for instance, Civil War, almost all of Black Panther's costume Civil War is fully CGI.
Yeah, it's stupid.
They replaced it, right?
The official phrasing is CGI enhanced.
My guess is that they shot the entire Black Order team as motion capture so they could play with costume design and character design as they developed the renders and be like, oh, maybe, I don't really like her with her vagina so exposed. Can you cover that up? And then, things like that.
Makes sense. No, that's the logical thing to do to save money. And don't hire a costume design artist, and don't have a mistake like you did with the Avengers where everyone's wearing fucking like latex.
We had a huge problem because the costume designer was French.
Too much nipples.
No, I'm talking about Michael Bay's commentary from Armageddon. That was a deep cut for Cool Boy Nation.
Hey, dude, by the way, you have to send me the Armageddon commentary because I don't have that. I tried looking up the Ben Affleck shit you mentioned last time, and I don't have it.
Yeah, but it's a special edition. I'm going to run and get it right now, real fast.
Well, I don't need to see it, but I just need the audio sometimes so I can.
He ran away so quickly and weirdly. Like his feet only moved like 2 inches apart. Like, did you see that? It was a weird run.
Actually, I was looking even closer than you were. If you look closer next time, Nolan, he barely touches the floor. He's so light on his feet.
Yeah, look
He's
at
just
that.
like kind of
It's like tippy tappies.
It's only available on the Criterion collection of the DVD. Look how fucking. It's like 6 discs.
out of control. No need for that for Armageddon.
That's insane.
And like,
there's no need for Armageddon to have that many discs.
Look at the fucking cover. It's just the
Armageddon is a 2-disc DVD at most.
That's all you need on the cover, though. That's all you need on the cover, and I'm hooked. I'm there.
Charlton Heston. That's immediately what I think.
Yeah.
And then so Team Iron Man ended up being just Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Iron Man going into space. They take out Ebony Maw with an Aliens reference. Hey! No, guys, I don't think it's Aliens. It's more of an Alien Resurrection reference, right?
No, it was Aliens.
No, dude, he blows a hole in the spaceship. That's Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
I guess, and it shoots out like
everyone's all like it's
an.
an Aliens reference, and I'm like, I think it's more of an Alien Resurrection reference.
I think it was more of just a reference of like things fly out in space, open an airlock.
I'm going to
And
spoil
every
the
alien
first
film
Aliens
ends with
for
the
you, but it
fucking
also dies
airlock
with the blowing
explosion.
the alien out of the airlock. They kind of do that a lot in those movies.
That's how you get
All
rid
of
of an
them, I
alien, man.
think.
You always get rid of an airlock.
The airlock is only not used in Alien 3.
That's because they're not in space.
Use
That's
molten
it.
lava.
Yeah, it's a different kind of airlock.
Yeah, and in Aliens
That's
versus
a
Predator,
physics joke.
they drown it in the ocean.
Don't remember that movie. Don't want to.
It's not that bad.
That's a different kind of airlock.
The ocean?
That's
Is that
another
a Paul
physics joke.
W.S. Anderson film?
Yes, it is.
I don't watch those twice.
So, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man end up going to Titan.
I like Doctor Strange a lot. I like that Benedict.
I like Doctor Strange in Avengers Infinity War a lot. Yeah.
I like the Benedict Cumberbatch. He's clearly playing, or Cabbage Patch. He's clearly playing Ulysses Dr. House. That was mean.
No, you used that joke before, so I just wanted
No,
to
I
say.
fucked it up, actually. I said Cumberbatch, and then I said I had to correct it. He's playing Hugh Laurie. I don't know if either of you watched House, but he's playing Greg House, like, very clearly.
I hate House.
I like House, and I like his speech pattern is exactly Hugh Laurie's, and it's like he carried over into this movie. And seeing him with Tony Stark was good. This is the first time
awesome. It was awesome.
This is the first time you've seen like the two arrogant characters from Marvel interact. So they had to be assholes to each other.
And they paired Tony up with arrogance again later with Star-Lord. I mean, they practically were like, Tony, we're going to give you all the arrogant characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like in one foul swoop. And just watching Avengers Infinity War, Tony and Doctor Strange's relationship is so antagonistic, and then the way they kind of even end it, like with Tony being like, I saved him because it's a professional courtesy, or like Doctor Strange like giving up the time stone, and then Tony being like, why'd you fucking do that? And he's like, it's the only way, which he's referring to the 15 million ways that he saw all the situations play out. Only one worked. I think that one work is like let Thanos get all the stones. Because in the comics,
I thought it was keep Tony alive. That Tony's.
I think it's to let Thanos get all the stones, because in the comics, so Thanos gets all the stones in a comic series called Thanos Quest, and he gets them all in one.
Infinity Gauntlet.
No. In Thanos Quest, Thanos gets all the stones and he just puts it on the glove, and there's no specialness to the glove at all. And then you get like several issues of Silver Surfer about Silver Surfer trying to warn people and like talk to Galacticus, and then also going to Earth to actually warn Earth. And then the Infinity Gauntlet story starts. And at Infinity Gauntlet story starts, Thanos has already had all 6 gems, all on the glove. He's just chilling. He's thinking about shit. He's pondering. He's trying things out. He's doing some things here and there, but he's not actually doing anything. It's a really weird, slow, anticlimactic story. 2 issues in to the 6 issues of Infinity Gauntlet, he does a snap.
Gets 2 snaps up.
That happens at the end of this film.
Well, he does it to impress Lady Death. It's a little more complicated.
He does because he spends several issues of Silver Surfer trying to impress Lady Death, and then also he does spend the first 2 issues of Infinity Gauntlet trying to impress Lady Death.
She's like, you're inferior to me, so I won't fuck you.
2 issues in or whatever it is, he does a snap, right?
Yep.
And then 4 issues in, he loses the gauntlet to Nebula. Nebula has it 5 and 6.
Really? She takes it?
She gets it 5 and 6. I think that what they're trying to spin with this movie is Thanos, when he somehow the Time Stone, it had a spell on it that when it was used and he does a snap, that it fucking corrupts the gauntlet. I think he needs to go get a new gauntlet. I think that's where Thanos is going to meet Iron Man and Nebula again when they go to the gauntlet as well. I think Thor 2 will go back.
They're definitely going to reverse just the snap.
2 snaps and a rewind. Tell us
and go back to time to do that. I hope that they at least keep it so that everybody knows they were dead for a while, and that like has huge ramifications for it. But they're definitely undoing. Everyone who died turning into dust is coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
There's another Black Panther and Spider-Man movie already contracted, so it's like that's happening.
Then who is dead for sure in this movie?
That's a good question.
Who died in this movie and is like not coming back? I say Gamora is dead for sure.
Nope.
I say Loki's dead for sure.
Yes.
Heimdall's dead for sure, and Vision might be dead for sure.
Heimdall and Loki are the only ones that are for sure for me too. I think they're gonna undo the snap.
We're gonna have to get this one 2 snaps up in a circle.
Only in Infinity War 4, but I do think that resurrecting Gamora in some part will be
Gamora's dead, I think.
Volume. Well, see, isn't the thing that her soul is trapped inside the Heartstone? Or Soul Stone?
No, Soul Stone. I
think she's still around.
So, okay, in the comics, Gamora is found in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, literally already living and residing in the Soul Stone. That's in the comics. That's how you find her.
I was aware of that, yeah.
So, I think Gamora's dead, but I do think all of those people who were whisked away into ash or leaves or whatever the fuck it was, I think they are in the Soul Stone.
Let me interject real quick, guys. So yeah, we knew some of these characters already had movies coming, but like, who got you? Who got you when they were whisking away? Who surprised you the most?
Black Panther.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I thought when he was grabbing at Okoye and he's literally like, General, get up. I thought, oh, Okoye's about to go, and then his hand started to dissolve, and you see her face, and then you cut over, and it's Black Panther turning into leaves, dust, and dirt.
It's dust.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's when I knew that they were reversing it.
That's when I knew they were reversing it too, but that was still the what the fuck for me.
That me too, because I was like, oh, this is they're not going to stop this. This is going to happen, and they're going to have to undo it, and that's what Doctor Strange was talking.
Exactly. It made me more excited about the storyline going forward.
I thought Doctor Strange was an asshole until I saw Black Panther die, and that's when I was like, okay, that's what he was talking about. Like, we have to lose and then win. Although this is another topic, but I don't know if it's on our list, but they never do like vilify or say like he was right all along for Peter Quill. Star-Lord just fucks up.
He did. He fucked up. He totally did. But before that, getting back to like people when they died and went away, maybe the Soul Stone or the hereafter or whatever. The last one for me, the first time I saw it was Black Panther Noli, but the second time for me was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I actually made a audible noise in the theater of something along the lines of like, when I saw Spider-Man go, because I
kind of like Alicia Silverstone and Batman and Robin.
Exactly like that. The first time it wasn't that effective to me because I think I was kind of shocked by everybody.
Yeah.
But when I saw Spider-Man go the second time, I was like, wow, that's fucking hardcore that like Peter Parker's dying right now in front of Iron Man, the way they have set the characters. Regardless, I know that the Spider-Man 2, Homecoming 2 is coming out next after Avengers 4. It still fucking rocked me to see a Peter Parker, a child, die in front of his mentor. And I really was like kind of
that's like, everything for the next one too. I think he's gonna be fucking pissed off. Iron Man's gonna go into the next one like with a very different view on life, and he's gonna go to change things, and if he has to die, he's gonna die. He's on a fucking one-way mission to fucking end this
and save Peter. Maybe
there's a line in Homecoming where Tony says like the reason why he's telling Spider-Man to not do like really serious shit is like because if you die, it's on me.
None of this would have happened if you had just listened to me. If you even cared, you'd actually be here.
I did listen, kid. Who do you think called the FBI, huh? Do you know that I was the only one who believed in you? Everyone else said I was crazy to recruit a 14-year-old kid.
I'm 15.
No, this is where you zip it, all right? The adult is talking. What if somebody had died tonight? Different story, right? Because that's on you. And if you died, I feel like that's on me.
So like that line was, I revisited that before the second time I saw Infinity War. I was like, okay, so that being in front of him is like, that's what's going to be his big motivation.
And what a good call, Felk, to revisit that one too before Civil War, Infinity War, because you had no idea Spider-Man was going to die in front of Tony Stark that way, and to see their relationship grow stronger and stronger in Spider-Man: Homecoming, that must have been so crazy.
I prepared. You said you prepared with Age of Ultron and the first Avengers. I actually prepared with Homecoming and Ragnarok. I thought those were the two, and Black Panther.
And the other thing about Spider-Man dying was that Tom Holland actually improv'd that entire death. I read.
Yeah, he's a good actor. They didn't.
No, I love him as Spider-Man. I love him a lot.
He's my Peter Parker.
Yeah, but Star-Lord also dying was kind of like, oh shit, they're killing him too. Like the guy who just like kind of fucked this up. Like they're killing him, so he doesn't have any like chance to like avenge this.
No, you're right. Oh, I didn't think about that. He has no chance to redeem this.
He has no chance to redeem it. But you know what? And people like complain that he like fucked this up, but that was so in line with his character. Like
it
in
was
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like when like he got pissed off, like, you killed my mom, and he just started shooting like out of control.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what he would do. That's what he would do.
You're totally right. He's a hothead and he has hot takes, and he's a hot ass.
And that was his plan, and his plan fucking worked until he did. That.
And I love that. At one point, he like stopped. He goes, and just want to point out it was my plan.
Yeah.
I love Chris Pratt's portrayal of Star-Lord in this whole film. I thought it was dead on. I felt like it never felt forced. Like sometimes it did in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Which I liked. But I felt like his character of Star-Lord was a little bit forced there. He had moments here where he's talking about grenades over his dick and he didn't want to blow his junk off. He called them the grenades that blow your junk off type of grenades. But
dialogue written by James Gunn.
James Gunn wrote the dialogue for most of the Guardians of the Galaxy scenes, and I thought the Guardians of the Galaxy were handled so well that it felt like I was watching half of the movie felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy film, and the other half of the film felt like an Avengers film. But my favorite thing was Star-Lord at the very end of the movie. It's when Thanos teleports away from Titan to Earth, to Wakanda. Star-Lord says, "Did we just lose?"
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was fucking like, that's such a great fucking line. Like right there at the end of a movie, of a comic book movie and a part 1 of a part 2. Just that was amazing. Like, did we just lose?
Is it Star-Lord who says that?
Yeah, he says that because he fucked up. He fucked it up.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
He does.
He fucked up, but it was totally in line with his character and it made sense.
Yeah,
he's
it
the
makes sense to
Upham.
me.
He's the Upham.
I guess. Upham is coward.
But he's also the what's his name? What's Tom Hanks' name in the movie?
Captain Miller.
Yeah, he's also Miller.
Yeah, he is.
Upham fails because of cowardice, though. Star-Lord's not afraid, at least.
Yeah, Star-Lord's not a coward.
No, dude, that guy's
What
a
a
fucking
wimp.
bull.
What a whip!
What a whip.
Replay audio from Phil's experience at Saving Private Ryan.
No, those Corey's. Those
Oh,
Corey's.
it's Corey's. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they hated Upham. They thought Upham was a big wimp.
What'd they
And I was
do?
Like,
This fucking pussy. He can't even climb some stairs.
I think it was when he has those when he's got all those that magazine put around his neck and he goes, ouch. And they go, what a wimp.
Fucked up beyond all recognition, right? Damn right. Oh. Ouch.
What a wimp. I turned to him and said, excuse me, war is hell. No, I didn't say that.
Wimp. Other than Team Iron Man, there of course, Civil War-wise, there was Team Captain America.
Right. You're gonna sound like you're having a stroke.
So, Team Captain America meets the Black Order in Scotland because they're protecting Vision and Scarlet Witch. They go to HQ and they meet up with the Hulk.
I'm not going to say anything for the next 20 minutes.
It's Black Widow, Falcon.
That was
Vision.
dumb, by the way. That they're in Scotland. They're like, let's go home. That's what Captain America says. They fly to upstate New York, which is, I believe, where the Avengers facility is. Then they say, well, we need to get out of here, so let's go to Wakanda, which is in Africa. So go to Scotland to go to upstate New York and then immediately go back to Africa.
You don't understand what it's like to fly private.
I guess. No, I don't. It is. Oh, he flew
I don't
private.
remember them going back to New York. Did they do that?
Yeah, they go back to the Avengers facility. And that's where they meet General Thunderbolt Ross as a hologram.
Hologram form.
He says, I'm so
shit.
mad, Captain America.
Hologram.
I went to the bathroom at this point. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Holograms. Holograms.
I'm in the bathroom here. I'm loving my life. I'm taking a huge piss. I don't remember Thunderbolt Ross.
You missing out, son of a bitch. Hologram.
Teddygrams are delicious. What you're missing out
Nolan,
on
by
is
the way, I thought you said you were going to shut up while we were talking about Captain America. So why don't you just shut up over there in your corner?
Captain
Johnny
America shows up.
Johnny, cut off Nolly's mic.
Captain America shows up very dramatically. He times his entrance to a train.
Looked terrible.
For no reason. What?
Looks terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I guess you think he looks terrible? I thought the intro was...
No, literally, the only part of this movie I did not like was like when Captain America showed up.
Oh, really?
I love that part. That was my favorite part.
No, it's like literally the only part of the movie I was just like, I'm not feeling it.
I hate Chris Evans, but I love Captain
my
America.
dick was like 14 inches
Nolan,
at that point.
Johnny, I thought I said cut off his mic.
Something with that.
Are you being facetious? You really hated that scene?
I mean,
No,
it's not
he
like
hated Chris Evans 'cause of his
okay,
beard.
hang on. I don't mean hated it, but it was my
crazy.
least favorite part of the movie. Yeah.
Okay, so
it was such an 80s like intro, like, oh, camera pans over, there's a hero here, let's do it.
Okay.
Not just a hero, but a hero in between subway cars going by real fast.
Oh yeah, so good.
Captain America, Black Falcon, and Black
Falcon. I love Black Falcon.
Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow show up.
Hi, I'm Black Falcon Falk.
show up, defeat the two Thanos minions.
We've talked plenty about these minions. Come on.
They defeat the minions, and then they get on the fucking Quinjet, and they say, where to, Cap? He says, let's go home. And then they fly back to upstate New York, and that's when you go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay, so they arrive in New York.
I I don't think
Iron
see what
Man was
happens after
there.
that. I saw some ass kicking. I'm good.
Iron Patriot, Aurora Machine, Rhodey is there talking to General Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
Ross.
Don Cheadle showed up and started talking. I just tuned out and said, I'm going to go piss.
Yeah, that's a good time to piss, actually.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, wait. So did you guys have any other pee breaks? I had some pee breaks.
That's my only pee break.
I pissed when it first cuts to Gamora with Thanos right after he took her.
Piss breaks.
I peed after Tony said, "You're an Avenger now, Spider-Man."
That was early.
That's after your scene.
So Gamora and Thanos go to Vormir.
Yeah.
And they're like laughing on a cliff, and Gamora's like, you have no one to love. Ha ha ha. And I was like, oh, I gotta go pee right then. So I went and peed, and like, and then when I came back, and when I came back, I didn't know what happened. I just I guess Thanos and Gamora figured it out. And then the other time I peed was
that is the worst time to pee.
Thor threw Stormbreaker down at Thanos to kill Thanos, and it goes into Thanos' chest, and he's pushing it into Thanos. He says, I was going to kill you. And then Thanos is about to say something like, you should have aimed for my head, but I went and peed instead. And then I missed the whole ending of the movie. Yeah, it was crazy.
You're doing too much, Ballard. Be Ballard.
I'll tell you what, though. The fucking handicap stall at the IMAX that I went, it was fucking awesome. It was off the hook. Everybody was doing coke up there. Dicks were being sucked. It was fucking amazing. I was having the time of my life. I was just like, whoa! It was lights. It was colors. I had red, greens, blues, yellow lights.
This is like a mirror.
All the lights.
Ballard, who came
it was
in
insane. All the stars. All the lights.
Right
and I was just like, dick suck. Dick suck.
Okay.
Dick suck.
Okay.
Dick suck. Okay. Where's the coke? People were doing coke off my dick. I've never had that before. It was crazy.
That is the thing, doing coke off of
So I just kept going back to the bathroom. The credits were about to end, and when the credits were about to end, that's when I went to the bathroom again. And then apparently there was a Captain Marvel scene, but I was just getting dick sucked and cocaine on my dick and dick sucked and cocaine on my dick. Just doing lines. I was doing rails and bumps off of fucking dicks. It was crazy. Handicap stall, IMAX theater, San Francisco. What up, son?
He's probably you're probably gonna end up cutting all of that yourself. When you listen back to it, you're like, what was I doing? This is nonsense.
Do you understand? Okay, edit, I guess, obviously.
No, I understood
how many
everything.
times I come across me doing that and I just go, cut.
I understand what was happening. I don't understand the purpose of it.
Of what?
Of whatever just happened.
I don't get it either.
Because for a second there, you were talking about actual bathroom breaks, and we both gave real answers. Then you gave an answer that seems real, but then you.
I never
down
took a
on
bathroom
it.
break. I never took a bathroom break the first time I watched it.
Good for you. You win the bladder award.
I didn't want to win it, so I came up with a great story.
It's a good story.
And then Captain America, he travels to Wakanda essentially to protect Vision. He meets up with Black Panther and Bucky. Did you guys like Wakanda's entrance into the film? I thought Wakanda felt great to see Wakanda
when I heard the beat dropping, I was like, oh, here we go.
Let the beat drop.
Love it.
Let the beat drop.
I was excited to be back. And it's crazy how much they banked on Wakanda being popular in Black Panther to set the whole finale of Infinity War at.
Right, because this film was shot and filmed and done and wrapped all well before Black Panther
We just saw
even came
Black
out in
Panther
theaters.
2 or 3 months ago. Now we're back. That was huge fucking balls on Marvel to do that.
They really thought that everyone would like the Black Panther movie.
Did anybody else feel Wakanda was regulated to 3 sets?
It was. It was the field. It was the.
It was Shuri's lab. It was the throne room, and then it was field and then forest. So I guess 4 sets.
That's it. That's all we need to see.
Yeah, little. Oh, and landing pad 5.
That's all CG. They don't build anything anymore.
They built a little bit of forest. They built a little bit of grass, and they built a little bit of landing, and they built a little bit of throne, and they built a little bit of Shuri.
A little bit.
That's a girl.
Shuri's room.
She's very little. She's very little.
She's a very little person. Shuri is actually very tiny in the movie.
She's human sized.
And then and so that's where they have the whole standoff. I thought that was I liked the way they did Wakanda. I thought it was fun. I'm happy to see Wakanda again. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy, I actually like the way they set them up a lot. I like the way Thor interacted with them. I liked how Thor kind of, as soon as he came alive, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that was great humor.
He was just playing off of Chris Pratt so well. The Chris's were on full throttle right now.
They are.
Yeah.
You know what, Felk? You said something during Wonder Woman that was Chris Pine might become the most powerful Chris now. And you're right at the time, but man, Marvel just put all their Chris's into one movie.
Only one overtook Pine.
Hemsworth.
Yep, that's Chris.
Guys. Guys.
Uh-oh.
Quick question. Who would you rather? You have 3 holes on your body. Which Chris's fill which hole?
Pratt's in my mouth.
All right. Well, Pratt is definitely got my asshole because he's dirty as fuck.
Oh, you guys are way different.
Hemsworth is my ass.
Hemsworth gets my vagina because he's Australian.
I was assuming we had vaginas, but we don't. So
and then Evans is all about my oral activity.
Huh.
All right, I'm a man, so I only have 2 holes that are big enough for sexual activity. No. I'm not. I'm not going to make an ass out of you and me. No. Pratt's in my mouth. Pratt's in my mouth. Hemsworth's in my ass.
Yeah. Okay. Down under.
And I don't really care. Actually, you know what? I don't want Evans involved. I do not like Chris Evans as a person. So I bring me Pine and I'll dock with him.
Whoa! Crossover.
We can dock.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, Wonder Woman is lifted Thor's hammer once. They do crossovers.
Wait, Felk, you said Chris, you said Thor in your ass? Yeah, Chris Hemsworth's in my ass. I think he'd be nice and gentle.
You're also down under.
Yeah.
Pratt's in the mouth because he's the talker. You want to hear what he has to say.
Nolan,
okay.
Nolan, who gets your pussy?
I watch Passengers. It
Nolan, who
that
gets your
bad.
pussy?
I guess it's Chris Evans.
You don't have a pussy. You're talking
I guess I'm talking with Chris Evans.
I don't want that at all.
I love this question where I started out thinking we actually had 3 holes, but we only have 2.
Well, I assumed you meant pussy.
I don't know what.
I always assume we're women, but no.
I don't own a pussy. I can only.
Did you guys like when Gamora was kidnapped by Thanos and the way she was kind of tricked in Nowhere?
Yes.
I liked that.
I liked all of it.
Kind of felt like a waste.
And then I liked how Nebula was being tortured because that was at least a callback to Infinity Gauntlet where she's tortured like crazy in that storyline as well. Even though she ends up getting the Infinity Gauntlet, which I really wonder if, since she is alive, and she's one of the few, she's literally the only other person on Titan with Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. I imagine her getting the Infinity Gauntlet is going to be some kind of power play in the next film.
No, I think Captain Marvel's going to get it.
You think Captain Marvel's going to come back from the 90s and just go straight to Infinity Gauntlet? Well, I think if she does, she's taking people with her. And I have to imagine Nebula and Tony are at least en route at some point in Avengers 4 to the Infinity Gauntlet mold that's on Neville the Dime or whatever the fuck it's called.
Guys, I have a confession to make because I always have confessions to make.
Yeah, what is it?
You gay?
Tell me.
No.
Tell me, Nolan.
Does anyone care about Captain Marvel? Because I
do. I love Carol Danvers.
No, I don't.
I like Carol Danvers.
Really? You love that character? I don't follow that character ever. Like I don't want to see that. I don't care.
No, I think she's super cool. She's like, to me, she equates to the Hulk. I the ways I like Superman is the ways I like Captain Marvel. Yeah, it's true.
Who fucking likes Captain Marvel?
I do.
I don't
Never
know.
even heard of her until like 2 years ago.
You know, okay, I'm with you, Nolan. I do not care about Captain Marvel. You know who I care even fucking less
Nebula.
about? Brie Larson.
Yeah, me too. Fuck her. I don't care about her.
Yeah.
What has she done?
No.
She was like nominated. Did she win like five years ago? So when this movie comes out, it'll be 6 years after she
For
fucking
Room.
won anything. Like no, she hasn't been in shit since. No one gives a fuck about Brie Larson. Sounds like a porn star name.
It is. Yeah, no, she's not particularly pretty.
Not like Noli.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on.
Okay,
I'm not gonna add anything to this.
guys, I think we should at least talk about a couple of these cameos. So, anybody pop off to you? General Thunderbolt Ross, the Collector, Tobias Funke as a Blue Man Group member.
Nope.
Eitri, Red Skull,
Gay Aaron from The Walking Dead.
Nick Fury, Maria Hill,
Gay Aaron
So Red Skull was played by Hugo Weaving. It was played by Gay Aaron from The Walking Dead.
Well, he did a good job because I thought it was.
And also Walking Dead films in Atlanta, which is where the studio is. So I'm guessing they just can anyone here do a Hugo Weaving impersonation?
He does great celebrity impressions in general. So
I'm spot on. I had no idea.
I thought it was Hugo until I looked it up.
Nick Fury. I wish they gave Samuel L. Jackson could say motherfucker there in the end credits because fuck hadn't been said. You could say it.
Yeah, it's PG-13, but Marvel just will not say fuck. They just will not do it.
You also can't. You can say fuck in a PG-13, but you can't say motherfucker.
He could have said motherfucker.
Is that what it is? It's motherfucker.
I don't think so. It's the word mother with fuck. You don't want those together.
Bruce Willis said it in Live Free or Die Hard.
No, he says motherfucker.
He barely says it. Yeah,
he says mother. He gets the F out.
All right,
could have gotten a little bit more.
Guys, we got to get into. We've been delaying it the whole time. This entire time, Cool Boy Nation has been waiting, been jerking off, slowly stroking with some oils, aloe vera, or some fucking coconut oil, whatever you want. You've just been jerking, stroking the nuts, squeezing them, pulling them a bit, rubbing your remote control on your nuts. Try that sometime. But guys, they've been just jerking off, working the tip, whole shaft, tip, shaft, sticking ass, tip, shaft.
Why are you encouraging him? We'll get a feedback loop and be stuck here forever.
Sticking ass.
Don't let me leave, Murph.
Don't let me leave, Murph. Hey, Murph. Working the tip, whole shaft, tip, shaft, tip, shaft, sticking ass, tip, shaft, sticking ass, tip, shaft, sticking ass. No! But guys. The snap.
I think this one still deserves the new and improved 2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
Okay.
The snap.
God damn it.
The snippity, snappity, zippity, zappity, zap,
Make him stay, Murph.
zap.
This is a feedback loop. This is what I was telling you about.
I hate myself. I'm stuck in this. I can't get out.
Did you guys come? Were you guys so sweaty and cummy when you heard the snap in theaters?
I had to process it the first time I was seeing it because I did not know where they were going with that.
You knew right away, Ballard, what they were doing?
Well, he's read the comics, so yeah, probably.
Yes.
He does snap his
Okay.
Infinity Gauntlet.
For clarification, I've read Infinity Gauntlet and know that storyline. Some Silver Surfers and Thanos Quest and whatnot, and some Incredible Hulks and Cloak and Daggers and whatever that come after. But I don't know the storyline that's called Infinity, which is more recent, and that's where the Black Order comes from. I actually don't know that story. And that's where they also torture Doctor Strange, like Ebony Maw in the movie does. He does that in the comics as well, apparently. I don't know that storyline.
So the Black Order is not in the Infinity Gauntlet comic book?
Not the one from Jim Starlin's
Neither is
90s
a war
series.
of any kind.
Yeah, it's no
There's
war.
there's no fighting, really.
It's Infinity Gauntlet. I've read the synopsis, and it sounded pretty gay.
Yeah.
Well, the snap is it happens, like I said, in issue 2 of Infinity Gauntlet. It's what sets off the storyline.
He snaps
it's the whole
to kill
point.
everybody to prove to Lady Death that he is all powerful.
Right. The whole point of the snap is to start the narrative. In this movie, it's to end the narrative.
Yeah.
This is pretty much original storylines for the most part. Just
it is. It's a lot of picking and pulling from a lot of different stuff to make it work. It's an original adaptation.
That's kind of what the Dark Knight in Batman Begins where he was just taking from, or in Rises, where Nolan was just taking, or Christopher Nolan was just taking from lots of sources to build.
Batman Begins, the Dark Knight Rises, all three of them, absolutely.
PVS does that too, but it's just terrible at it. I mean, absolutely terrible at it.
BVS takes a lot from the Dark Knight Returns, though.
But also the death and rebirth of Superman. Like, why not throw that in there?
Man of Steel also takes a lot from Birthplace.
Yeah, I know, but Man of Steel at least tells a focused story.
Is it Birthplace or Birthright?
Birthright.
Birthright.
But this tells a pretty unique story, which is nice. I didn't know it was going to happen.
And if you follow this story from Thanos' perspective, then the resolution exists. Like the arcs, the 3 acts exist as a normal 3 acts. Like Thanos gets his resolution by the end because of the snap. It's fantastic. And then I would even go further to say that the last line of the film is Captain America laying on the ground, essentially touching the ashes and leaves and dirt of his old best friend Bucky. And he's like, the very last line of the movie is, "Oh my God."
Yeah, because he's realizing is what happened, that
he has nothing. Captain America has nothing on this. He can't do anything. He cannot save the guy. And that was crazy to me when Bucky died, because that was the first time I felt like a character got hit hard. Like Black Panther was the first time I went, oh shit, they're hitting all of us. And this is going to be fixed, but this is going to be it. But Bucky was like, hey, Captain, remember that guy that died back in your first film? And then you've been essentially fighting for in all your other films since? He's just dead on a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
Let's fuck butts, Cap.
Let's fuck butts. And then, did you guys feel like it was a little bit of a cop-out that Hawkeye and Ant-Man were in this film at all?
I don't know what they would have served. I don't know what they could have done to make it better or worse. Like, if they're not in it, that's fine.
I'm a little worried that the like Avengers 4 Untitled will have Hawkeye playing a major role in making the world right again, and it's like, or maybe it could just not have Hawkeye in it. I don't.
He's
really
definitely
care.
in it. I've seen.
Yeah, he's definitely in it. So
shots of him in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
They've said that they're playing the long narrative with him and be patient.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I think some of Hawkeye's family gets wiped out in that snap, and he goes fucking rogue.
I would be shocked
rogue.
if 4 started with that. Actually, if Avengers 4 started with Hawkeye being like, "All right, time to sit down for dinner," and then his family just vanishes in front of him, and he ends up being like the badass.
You're onto something. I think that
could be
happens. Did anyone notice the first time watching this? Because I fucking did. That everyone left alive was the original cast.
Yes, I noticed.
Yes.
It.
I think that's a great redemption story. The guys who started it are gonna fucking finish it
and die and then pass it off.
Yeah, in the process.
And probably die. They'll all die except for Thor. Thor will not die.
Scarlet won't die either.
Scarlet and Thor won't die. I could see Captain and Iron Man dying, and I could see even Hulk dying.
No, Hulk doesn't die. They got more Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tony dies. That's all.
They want to do more Thor movies, and they want to do more Black Widow movies. The other guys,
Yeah,
like
that's what I see it
out.
too.
They're tapped out.
Yeah, but I do see that Iron Man and Cap are done. I don't know what Hulk. I don't know if Mark's done or not.
I don't think so.
I thought Cap was dead, but when Cap walked onto the frame in this film, my erection was so fucking big. It was like bigger than a.
You thought he was
came
dead
out of
before?
Civil War thinking Cap was dead?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Why do you think
came
Cap
out
was
of Civil
dead?
War thinking Cap was like dead as a character to like the public?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, what did you say then?
He said I thought Cap was dead, but then he came out behind the train.
Yeah,
sorry. I'm saying I could think that you could say, oh, Cap is dead because his character is like not that great. But when I watched him walk out in this movie with his fucking beard and his like,
no one's saying this, by the
armor.
way.
Oh, I wanted to fuck him.
No,
so bad.
I think everybody likes Cap. I don't know anybody that hates him.
I hate Chris Evans, but I like Captain America.
I think his character's kind of you could say his character's run his course, but like when I saw him today, I was like, you haven't, Chris. Keep fucking us. Keep fucking us.
Keep fucking me. Don't stop. Well, I really like how this movie ends in the end with Cap getting down in a super hardcore orgy in Wakanda with all the original Phase 1ers except Nebula and Tony. But
it was hard. The
final shot is from the way the Infinity Gauntlet ends. Except it's Thanos lost. He didn't win. And we see Thanos, he is won. He rests and he finally watches the sunrise on a grateful universe is the line he says to Doctor Strange practically. And I thought that was a great way to end this Empire Strikes Back of a fucking movie. And then credits roll and of course we get the Easter egg. Felk, did you sit around for this Easter egg?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Felk stayed for an after-credit Easter egg.
Wow, that's the first time ever.
Not just a mid-credit Easter egg, which you which, if I'm not mistaken,
We didn't
Phil,
get one. We
No.
didn't get
you
one.
we didn't get one, and you usually stay for those.
Yes,
You
I
had to
did.
wait
And when I
for-
realized that wasn't happening, then I was like, all right, I guess I gotta stay the whole fucking time. Well played, Marvel.
So then, Felk, what did you see at the end?
I saw Maria Hill and David Hasselhoff.
Oh, that sounds rough.
I saw the scene of Maria Hill and Nick Fury. Nick Fury uses a pager.
And what's the pager do?
Space
It
page.
sends a page through space, I'm guessing. I don't know where Captain Marvel is.
Yeah, is it time or space?
I think it's space. I think she's
her.
far away. It was looking at a space pager.
See, I couldn't tell if it was like a time traveling pager as well.
I thought
It took me a second for my brain to register, like, oh, that's a symbol from like those like bad TMZ shots I've seen of Captain Marvel's chest.
Yep. Which is pretty good tits on it, but not a good actress behind that.
So when I saw the Avengers back in 2012, I was the friend who bunch of my friends was like, "Who is that purple guy?" And I was like,
Darkseid.
That's Thanos. And this time, I'm walking away from the theater, and I hear a daughter ask her father, "Who's that, Daddy?" And her father was like, "I don't know what that is." And I just look over and I went, "Captain Marvel." And he just gives me this look like, "Fuck you for talking to my daughter right now."
Oh yeah, fuck you, dude.
So
the fuck
I guess I'll keep my nerdum to myself. Okay, guys. Did you miss Joss?
No,
This is
not
the
at all.
First non-Joss
I didn't.
Whedon.
That's weird. I
Joss Whedon.
I'm glad
Avengers
to have
film.
him gone. Actually, I thought, especially in Ultron, his dialogue just got a little too weedy.
I didn't miss him. No, I didn't think about him actually watching the movie.
Yeah, I didn't miss him either.
I just want to say we all give it 5 out of 5, which is like the first time ever we've all agreed 5 out of 5. This is monumental.
Wait, did we all agree 5 out of 5 for this?
Yeah,
Seriously?
we've never said 5 out of 5 on
Yeah.
any movie, all three of us, except for like an old obscure, like not obscure, but like Aliens or
Like
Terminator
T2,
2.
we all
Predator.
give it.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is the
Not
first modern film
obscure.
we've given a 5 out of 5.
This is the first modern film we've all hit 5 out of 5 for.
Which is strange, right?
Hey, high five! High five!
Yeah, high five. Let's get. Okay.
We're on Skype.
Watching this film halfway through, I already knew that it was like amazing. Like I had no
I'm
problem.
just gonna be the one who breaks the magical realism that Ballard tries to
breaking it.
establish constantly.
Johnny, cut off Felk's mic.
I always try to keep that we're in the same room. I knew when this movie ended that I loved it and that I wanted to see it again and that it was a 5 out of 5 for me. Like it didn't take me even minutes to resonate that like this was a great film. Like when it ended, I was like, I love this. I'm going tomorrow.
And you didn't.
So Ballard, when the movie ended, did you immediately think 5 out of 5? I can't wait to talk to the cool boys about this.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to wait 4 days.
Yeah, I was worried that you guys hated it for some reason. So I was like, oh God, do I like this movie again and they're going to hate it?
Hated it.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. You don't shut up for a second, all right?
No way.
But I was thinking in my head, I was like, it's so comic book movie. How could Ballard hate this? Because like it hits on everything.
It hit everything for me. It really was everything for me. It was Baby Boy Ballard's every dream.
And what about me? I'm the wild card.
Wild card, bitches!
And I think I thought Phil might hate the story and like being like, oh, there was no story. But I was like, but it was just so much fun to watch. It was like, as a comic book fan, it was everything.
I had fun.
Justin is hard writes in, God fucking damn it, Disney. God fucking damn it. What happened? I used to suck your cock all day as a child, sometimes 5 times a day because you can't stop those VHS tapes from restarting. And no way I'm not watching Aladdin for the 5th time in a row. All right, let's get down to business. Chris Evans looks hard as fuck in the movie. Wow, Chris, no show could block the erection you just gave me. No segue, but Infinity Wars, though incredibly ambitious, is a failure on every conceivable level.
Wow.
From beyond cringeworthy dialogue to plot holes the size of a war-torn anus, there is nothing worth salvaging in this pitiful excuse for an orgy.
Huh.
Although the part of where Drax was eating spaceships was funny. One laugh, Marvel. You got one laugh. The most amazing thing about this film is Marvel's fans' total commitment to believing this movie was not total garbage, like us.
Wow.
Thanos' master plan was to partially genocide planets in order to usher prosperity? Why not, like, get the Infinity Stones and use them to help the struggling planets?
That's a huge plot
I'm
hole,
not
yes.
a Marvel fan.
Well, that's explaining the comics.
I mean, I'm not a huge Marvel fag, but even I know the stones can be used for good. They're Infinity Stones. Like the franchise ending Last Jedi, Infinity Wars has similar ramifications for the pre-existing Marvel pantheon. Just a quick jump back to Thor 3 Ragnarok, which reveals a film about learning you don't need a hammer, you just need yourself. What does Thor do the entire time in Infinity War? Makes a fucking hammer.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, good point.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, this can be applied to every Marvel film, and Infinity Wars was made in a vacuum. What was the point of the awful Civil War? Seems like everybody is back together, lathering each other up in semen. Where did Scarlett Johansson's accent go? It slowly faded away in each.
Scarlett Johansson. He means Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, he must mean because Scarlett Johansson never did an accent because she can't do a Russian accent.
But Wanda Maximoff's accent disappears. Yes, it does.
Maybe they didn't want two Russian sluts in the same movie. If not for Bruce Banner, Scarlet Witch would be hands
now I'm wondering if you meant Scarlet.
Yeah, now wait, he's talking about Black Widow or Scarlet Witch?
Well, he said two, meaning that the other one would be Scarlet.
She's Sokovian. One's Russian, one's Sokovian, and one had an accent and one didn't. The one that had the accent was Wanda Maximoff, the Sokovian. The Russian did not have an accent. That her name is, of course, Natasha Romanoff.
If not for Bruce Banner, Scarlet Bitch would be hands down the worst character in Infinity War.
Scarlet Witch is not Russian. She's Hungarian or Romanian, but really Sokovian because they have a fictional country. Sorry.
She refused to destroy Vision's stone, only to do it a few hours later after they completely hung Wakanda out to dry. Not very woke. As the movie concluded and we watched every character with scheduling conflicts disappear into ash, I literally felt nothing. Then the credits rolled and I actually felt something. Sadness. Sadness knowing 54,000 people helped make this movie and it's a complete piece of shit. I would love if they showed Captain America. I would love it if they showed Captain Marvel dildoing her butthole when Nick Fury sent her that text and then suddenly she just vanished into thin air. Now that's an ending. 1.5 Cool Boys out of 5.
Did he rate it Cool Boys?
Yeah, he did.
Hey, thanks, Justin.
Well, thank you for writing in, Justin. We really appreciate your input.
Long review. Don't agree with it, but it was funny and humorous.
He had some good points in there. I would say number one, the first point of his that I definitely can agree with, even though I love the movie still, is interesting that Thor Ragnarok is about kind of finding yourself and your inner power, and then the next movie it's like get a hammer.
My take on that is he just came across someone that was incredibly so much more powerful that
he needed an A-bomb.
It didn't work. He had to go get a god killer.
Well, I did refer to it earlier as Deus Ex Thor Machina. And then the other thing that Justin brings up is a good point that kind of calls to that also is the film is made in a vacuum. It does seem that to succeed, all these Marvel films have to succeed on their own in their own vacuums and be written in their vacuums so that they can be their own movie on their own at the same time. You can't really foresee all the reshoots that are going to be happening in Black Panther or so forth.
If you wrote a movie with 30 characters, it just doesn't work. Like this has to be watched with, you've seen everything else. And it has to be it's a war. The movie is a war and it succeeds.
Yeah, it's made in a vacuum and it's episodic at the same time.
It is the 19th episode of the most expensive TV show of all time. That was released directly into theaters.
Yeah, and we'll end on episode 22.
You can view it as a part 1 of 2, a part 3 of 4, or a part 19 of Undetermined.
Also, the fact that it's pretty much the Back to the Future 2 out of the 3, it's like you got to see the finale to this ends on a cliffhanger. It's a TV show. It's different than like any sort of movie you've seen.
This movie represents on a larger scale the end of what we once considered that barrier between TV and movies. And you know what's on the other side? On the TV side, breaching into movies is Game of Thrones, where the last couple of episodes are basically going to be feature length, and budget wise almost movies. And this is obviously a budget wise is a movie budget, but it's to view this as anything other than part 19 or at least 17 or whatever when you actually add up like the ones that really affected it is disingenuous and it doesn't work. So you can't really view it as a movie. You have to view it as the new media, where TV and movie theaters will be dead soon. And these movies will just be things that premiere for $100, just like big fight nights, and people will pay the same amount, and it'll so that it all averages out.
And it'll end up being the biggest thing again and again and again and again. Like, this was literally the biggest opening of all time globally and domestically. And this is without China, which is a pretty big feat. This thing rocketed through to the point where it destroyed all previous box office goals. It's the biggest thing of all time, and that's absolutely very true, folks. This is what we're going to get, and we're just going to keep getting the biggest box office opens at home on your own home box office.
Yeah.
Oh, home box office. Maybe they can like shorten that to HBO.
Well, I don't think HBO. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's Netflix is the other side of it. Netflix already has pre-existing deals with the MCU.
All right, quick cool boy ranking of the Avenger films. So for me, I would honestly go number 3 is Age of Ultron. Number 2 is the Avengers, and number 1 is Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, I love how you confused me because like in the beginning you said Avengers was your favorite, so I was like, oh shit, he fucking hates the new one.
I said in 2012.
You did.
Ultron's the worst.
I kind of got that.
Then Civil War, which is an Avengers movie, just not called it, and then Avengers, and then this is the best.
Wakanda forever.
Black people.
Wakanda's not an Avenger film.
Sure it is.
All right, Noah, what's your ranking?
Exactly like Felks.
Exactly like Felks. So what was that? What was Felks?
It was 2, Age of Ultron, Civil War, then Avengers, then this one.
Wait, I didn't put Civil War into mine.
Oh, well, you don't need to.
Okay, let me do mine again.
Oh, God.
So mine is Age of Ultron, The Avengers, Civil War, Infinity War.
Oh, Civil War's not good.
Civil War's I like Civil War.
I love Civil War. I think Civil War's awesome.
You guys like men.
Yeah, men are great. There's a lot of men in Civil War.
We're done.
Cool Boy Nation, tell us what you thought about movie by emailing us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. New episodes of the Cool Boys Podcast come out every Tuesday. Be sure to like and subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, and Facebook, and please rate and review us as well. You can also donate to us on Patreon to receive additional content like Cool Boys After Dark. It only costs $1 a month, and you will receive special access to content too hot to air. You can find the Cool Boys on Patreon at patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Please check out our other great Cool Boy Central content with Batman and Beyond, a Cool Boys podcast, on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Patreon, where the Cool Boys have an uncensored discussion about Batman, the animated series, everything ranging from bat tips to bat nips, and all the boners they have given us. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Nation. Until next time, it's Bizies from Falcon Felk. Black Falcon Felk.
Black Falcon Felk. That's Bizies from Black Panther Ballard.
And that's Bizies from Nebula Noli. Insert soundbite here.
I have a very serious question to start with about shipping, because I know a lot of fans were actually pretty invested in the idea of Natasha with actually either or both of you guys, and now obviously she's with Bruce. What do you guys make of that?
She's a slut.
I was gonna say something along that line.
It's a complete whore. Trick, man.
You are standing American boy.
You have excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Without even a damn cellar, get out of here!
Oh, yeah!
This episode of the Cool Boys Podcast was brought to you by... I don't care if I guess wrong. I stand by my guesses and stand by them.
Felk, I recall you guessing lots of things right.
I thought the Soul Stone would be in Wakanda.
Oh, this is edited out. Don't even bother saying it.
What are you doing to me? Like, let me be me. Don't fucking control me.
I'm not controlling you. I'll just cut it out.
Felk's gone.
We guessed everything right. I'm gonna put just back Felk saying yes to everything.
Yes.
I'll cut all the yeses out from later when he says yes later on.
Yes.
And he'll just say yes, yes, yes,
yes, yes, yes.
Get some
Cool Boys.
so serious.